All right. What is up, guys? What is up? We are back here on the Incast playing some Heroic, and we've got a special guest. Rod, you're joining us. I know Breezy was supposed to join us. He may show up. If not, that's cool. I think Prashaun's going to be joining us as well. If not, but this is your first time. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Yes, this is my first time. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm Rod Gaston, aka ImpactTCG. You can find me on YouTube at ImpactTCG and on Twitter or X at Impact_TCG. And I'm also the co-host of Lorcana After Dark with Y Breezy. So come check us out. But tonight we're here. This is what we're gonna do.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're also joined by JeeseJames, another frequent visitor to the Incast. I mean, kind of technically part of the Incast in some level here, but I know we keep dragging it into Heroic, into the Lorcana stuff. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Yeah, you got me the role on the Discord.
Yeah,
so you know, I guess that makes it official, you know. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I love playing Heroic, especially still new to Lorcana. Thank you, Dan, again for introducing me to such an expensive hobby. I appreciate you. But yeah, I'm excited to play again. I feel like I only saw about a third of this deck last time, so I'm excited to maybe see some new cards in this singleton format.
Absolutely. And really, if you guys are joining us in chat, definitely ask questions, whether you're on the YouTube side or Twitch side. Ask questions along the way. But essentially, to give you a rundown of what Heroic is, if you've never played, it is a singleton format. I have the official rules video and all of that stuff over on the YouTube, so make sure to check out the YouTube videos to get a little more in depth. But the idea is you've got 100 cards. In those 100 cards, you're going to have 3 special cards. Those are called your storyboard. Your storyboard is going to have your hero, going to have your sidekick, and your iconic song. We'll explain that a little bit more as we go, especially when we start introducing our cards. And then you have 97 other cards. That can be any card in Lorcana, as long as they match one of the 3 colors from your storyboard. And technically one of these weeks I'm going to try it. You can play less than 3 colors, but typically for optimization, you're going to pick one color or one card from each color in your storyboard. That way you have more choices for your 97. It is singleton, so you can only play one copy of each card. That includes the storyboard, so you can't see a storyboard card also in your deck, just 100 unique cards. And then there's some rules as we go along the way, but essentially first 1 to 30 will be the winner of today, and it's gonna be a ton of fun. Like I said, we should be joined by Prashaun or by Breezy soon. If not, we're gonna play a 3-player game, because again, it's just multiplayer. You can play this 1v1, you can play it 3-person free for all, you can play it 5 or 6-person free for all. We actually did that a month ago. We had a bunch of people over here from SnapCon. We were playing some Lorcana. We went 5-person and it worked just as well. So it's a great format for that. So I'm gonna go back around the room real quick. Rod, what are your thoughts on Heroic? So I know this is kind of brand new. Again, we've been messing around with it for a little while, but new to the community. But what are your thoughts when you heard of Heroic? Where'd your mind go to? What cards do you think are going to be good, or you're excited to see in the format?
It's hard for me to say what cards I think are going to be super good, but I mean, I think any of the cards that are already good and constructed are naturally going to be good in Heroic. You just have to kind of find other cards to pair with them, to make sure that they're still good in Heroic. But what I think about Heroic, I think it's awesome. I never played Magic. I actually come from Yu-Gi-Oh! But I do know of Commander, and I know that Heroic is a lot like Commander is on the Magic side, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And I actually think it's a great opportunity for everyone to play cards that aren't typically as good. I think somebody mentioned that earlier today when we were chatting, but like cards that you typically wouldn't play or see play in the actual meta of Lorcana.
Yep.
You get to play around with them in this Heroic format, and they actually may end up paying dividends. This will be my first game ever of Heroic, so we're gonna see. Not 100% sure about my card choices just yet, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's really where this came from, right? There's so many cards in Lorcana, and there's so many characters like, I mean, I'm gonna use Gantu as an example, right? Like Gantu is a really bad card, typically, when it comes to Lorcana. You're not gonna be putting in your deck. It's not gonna be tier 1 meta or anything like that. But a card like Gantu may work in a format like this. I mean, not allowing certain characters to attack or block or attack or quest or different things like that on some of the cards that we have in the format could be really, really impactful when you're limited on what you can draw in there. Now, I'm not going to say he's going to become a staple in Heroic, but just as an example. And then some of those good cards, like you mentioned, are even better in this format. So things like Lady Tremaine and Be King Undisputed, both of those cards say opponents. So being able to hit multiple people is pretty huge. And again, I'll throw it out there because I know, I know a lot of people said like, just play a multiplayer. And to be honest, I think there is a lot of decks that can do well in a just general multiplayer format, but we want to do something a little different, right? Because even with a multiplayer format, you're still going to get the best decks. A red green or a green yellow where you're just hitting everybody is still going to be good. And so I'm excited that we have some stipulations around this format that should cause some pretty cool diversity within the decks, as well as just a fun new way to play. And like you mentioned, it does have some bases around the Commander format, but at the same time, we are trying to make this Lorcana, which is why we have what we call the storyboard, why we're focusing on a hero and an ally and a song, you know, those things that are very unique and you know, we've been raised on when it comes to Disney movies. But GC, on your side, man, like this is several times now you've played Heroic. You know, has there been any cards so far with some of these games that have surprised you that you're like, hey, I didn't realize that card would be this good in a multiplayer or in a format like Heroic?
Not really, to be honest, because I think like a big part of that comes from having a limited Lorcana experience. Like I was thinking about it the other day, and I've gotten to a point where I'm getting close to playing more games of this heroic format than that I've actually played games. Especially with like a constructed deck. I've played a good handful with just starter decks, but so honestly, like nothing stands out to me because honestly, so many cards are just a surprise. Like I just haven't seen these cards, even when they are cards that are very prevalent at these events and in the set championships and stuff. So yeah, I think like, I don't know, like Diablo, like in the last turn, I think it was Diablo, where as long as it's exerted, you can choose to draw a card, right?
Yeah.
Like proved to be pretty powerful, but I don't know if that surprised me, right? It's like, okay, yeah, that anything in any card that is based off of like your opponent's turns or how many like just your opponents is super powerful. When it's not a chosen target, those are almost auto includes, I think, especially in a singleton format where you've got 100 different cards, so you're not really even getting, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like at a certain point in a singleton format, you're not going to be able to get a perfectly optimized, like this is the set of 100 that solves the heroic format and this is what you always play. It's singleton 100. The draw consistency is just not there for it, you know? So yeah, that's kind of, you know, where I look at it is like there are certain cards that are going to do well in this format. Anything that's a AoE effect, and you just kind of pick those cards for the colors that you have in your collection, and then you pick other cards that you think are fun and you put a bunch of similar packages in, and see if it pans out, you know. But yeah, I wouldn't say like nothing really stuck out to me where I was like, oh, that's not going to work, and then it did work. A lot of times it's just like, yeah, no, that makes sense in this format. That's going to be a fun and good, powerful play.
Yeah, absolutely. And the biggest thing here is and again, this format is new. It's young. We've played many games and many hours of playing it, but it's still new. So if we end up finding some combos, if we end up finding cards that are an issue, we will put them on a watch list, and then we will have ban list announcements coming too. So one big thing though is we don't want to go too crazy too early. But right now we're letting a lot of cards play out to figure out like, okay, are they too powerful or not? Example being Diablo, being an ally. It's probably one of the top allies in general just because of the card draw. But we want to see it, right? We had 2 different Diablos last game. Sure, he drew some cards, but I don't feel like that's what won us the game or lost us the game. You know, we have cards like Be Prepared. It's been brought up many times that it probably also needs to be on the ban list. Right now it's on the watch list. We just want to check it out and see. Is it something where somebody's going to sit at a table and use Be Prepared every single turn? So far, we haven't found anybody that does that. Yes, they use it several times, but we don't see it turn after turn after turn. But we'll see, right? If it does become a problem, then it's something we'll you know, take care of in some way. And again, this is a community-focused game, so we do have the Discord. Make sure if you're not over in the Discord, you jump in the Discord. I'll put the link up in just a little bit, but you can go over there. We have different areas where you can chat about this, and there is a specific area where you can chat about cards you think should be on the watch list or ban list or shouldn't be, whatever it may be, through there. So again, this is going to be a community-driven format that's going to be built for what you guys want. So we are open to listening. It's not just a couple of us saying this is what the format is and this is how it's going to be. But you know, it'll change over time. So still haven't heard from our other guys, so we're going to go ahead and start and go around the room with the decks that we brought. So what we're going to do is just kind of take our time to talk about our colors, our cards, and maybe what our deck wants to do, so you guys can understand what's going on, and then we will jump into the game. And at this point, it looks like it'll be a 3-person game, but that is okay. So so let's jump into our other screens where we can show our board. We can talk about our cards. Actually, yeah, let's do that. It'll look better on the camera. So I'm gonna jump over here, and then we'll start with you, GC. Let me zoom in on you. You talk about your cards and what your deck is gonna do.
Alrighty, yeah, we've got here our very similar to last time, Amethyst, Sapphire, and Steel, except I've changed out my Steel song for I Find Them, I Flatten Them, because I want to see if having this constant threat of item removal at my disposal, kind of, if it's, I want to pressure test it, see if it feels bad in the format, or if it's like a really, you know, okay bit and it's nice to have. Basically, the main reason I've gone with this color coordination is that most of the decks that I've played, as far as being starter decks, and the one constructed deck that I've played was Amethyst and Steel, and Sapphire interests me a lot, so that's why I've thrown in Sapphire as my third color. Grammatala being my legendary, being my hero here. One thing, it has shift, which I'm super big on in this format, because it's a way to get around your ink tax. And I like the fact that every time I put a card in my ink, I'm going to gain a lore. So anything in heroics, especially where we are racing to 30 instead of 20, where I can just have consistent lore while other people are battling and trying to stop big mounds of 5 or 7 spikes, I can just kind of quietly sit over here, hopefully, and gain some lore. Just the position to that, we've got my ally, Isabel, who can quest for 4 total lore by herself. So in the event that I am looking for spikes and I need to be utilizing my board, whatever comes out of this singleton deck, in order to deal with the opponents, all of them, then I can at least take a little bit of a healthy spike and a 4 lore jump and utilize the rest of my board here to take care of whatever needs to happen. So that's kind of where it's at. As far as like what cards are in here, my strategy is, if it had opponents, I threw it in. And then if it was a legendary in my collection that seemed cool, I threw it in. That's just to see if they seemed cool and wanted to play with them. There's really not any little packages. I can't say that there's anything that this deck wants to do. It's just 97 other cards that I thought would be fun to play, and I'm going to figure out what to do with them as they enter my hand.
Right. All right. I mean, it sounds good enough to me, right? Like, again, Finding My Platinum is a great card. Last week, you did lose to some items in Tamatoa, so I understand why you're throwing it into the deck. So, Rod, how about you, man? You want to go through your cards and kind of explain your deck a little bit? Again, you don't have to give us all the details, but just an overview of what's going on there.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So, of course, my that's not exactly sure what to call it. Is it hero?
Yes, your hero.
Our hero. Okay, hero. I was about to say deck master, but yeah. So my hero of choice was actually Blue Fossa, and that really it's because well, for one, I think this card is really good, and being able to play it when I need it and not depend on drawing it in the format like this, I think it's really got some legs in this type of format. But in the beginning, in like the early stages, I plan to play somewhat aggressively, not too aggressive, because we definitely want to keep, cards in our hand. But a lot of cards that I threw in here, they either quest for 2 or they're just really good cards in general. So you'll see a lot of familiar cards that I play out, but you're also going to see other cards that just seem to be good in a singleton format like this. And of course, my ally right here, you see is Giant Tank. I've always loved this card since the beginning of Lorcana. I think she's really good, and she can really turn the tide of a game. And when she comes out, she's going to hit every opponent's character, not just one player sitting across from me. And my song of choice is Friends on the Other Side, because I just like to draw cards straight up, and it can't be sung by most characters in my deck. I'm playing quite a few 1 and 2 drops, but that's just for the early game. Everything else is I'm playing quite a bit of 3 drops. So hopefully by the time we get to that 6 ink range, I'm playing multiple interactions, and as the game gets a little deeper, then you're hopefully going to start seeing those bigger characters come out to do some damage. But it's basically a deck just full of cards that I think are just good, especially in this type of format. Not really sure if it's going to have any continuity just yet. It's, like I said, it's my very first game of Heroic, so we're going to have some fun and we're going to see.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so I'll go through my deck as I go through, but essentially we have our hero being Ursula. Yes, your hero can be a villain. Essentially, your hero just needs to be legendary. And so we've got Ursula coming down. If you guys don't know Ursula, she's pretty good. Whenever you play this character, each opponent is going to lose 1 lore, and I may draw a card for each 1 lore lost this way. So as long as you guys have lore, you get to draw 2 cards. If we had a fourth person, you get to draw 3 cards. So pretty good as far as card draw. She also taps for 3 lore. She's pretty big. 2/8, so she's going to have to be dealt with. So all in all, really, really great card in the format. Next one, this is where the spice comes in with the deck. I've got Kristoff. So I've got the new Kristoff 3/7, costs 9. That sounds a little scary, but for each song in my discard, I get to pay 1 less. He's also got Bodyguard, and he taps for 3 lore. So what we're doing in this deck, got a lot of songs in this deck. Hopefully we can get this Kristoff pretty cheap. And even when he has the ink tax, he can kind of maybe get around this a little bit. Lastly, I've got a Pirate's Life. Pirate's Life is 6 to cast, but it is Sing Together 6. So again, when it comes to this card, it is a Sing Together. Each opponent is going to lose 2 lore, and I'm going to gain 2 lore. So I'm really using these 2 cards here, my Ursula and my Pirate's Life, really help control the lore around the board, and then be able to take advantage with something like Kristoff, be able to come down constantly without having to worry too much about the ink tax, because we're going to be reducing that with songs in the deck. Now, one thing about our format, it is singleton, and there's not a whole lot of great songs. So we're going to see what happens around that. So you just want to make sure everybody has your die, or anything to keep up with your ink tax, like we mentioned. You guys are joining us for first time watching Heroic. Essentially what the ink tax is every time you play one of these 3 cards, it doesn't matter which one you play, that ink tax is going to go up 1. And so if I play, let's say, my Ursula, it'll go up 1. When she's banished, she'll go back to my storyboard. And if I play her again, it's going to be her 7 + 1. If I pay 8, I can play her, and then my ink tax goes to 2. If I wanted to play Pirate's Life, now Pirate's Life is 8 total. So once I cast that, my ink tax goes up. So this is just a way of making sure you're not playing the same cards over and over and over. And you're having to deal with that ink tax and understanding what cards you want to play and when, because it may be good to play your songs at a certain point or your hero at a certain point, but that ink tax is definitely going to tax you, make it a little more difficult. But we are going to jump into a 3-player game. Get y'all's lore on screen. Let me go turn off the other one. And if you want to, guys, go ahead and draw your 7 cards. Lore off. So we'll draw 7 cards just like you normally do in Lorcana. Most of the rules when it comes to Lorcana are still the same here. We're just racing to 30 lore is the big difference. So you'll look at your hand, you get a mulligan just like you normally would. So if there's anything you don't like, throw it on back. Make sure you have stuff you can ink.
It absolutely feels great in this singleton format to draw 7 cards that you feel comfortable with it in an opening hand, and you're not going to have to reshuffle.
I know
the 92.
Shuffling is horrible.
Yeah. So I'm good. I like these cards. No need to alter any, throw any back. No need to reshuffle.
That's awesome because I'm sending back 5.
I'm gonna shuffle back 1.
Oh my! A 90 deck shuffle for 1 card.
It's a card that I won't be able to cast for anytime soon. I'd rather just be somewhere back in my deck. I will agree with you though that it is sleeved like mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna like shuffle them by halves and then shuffle them again.
That's what I tend to do. Kind of cut it in half. Make sure you move the cards around. Yeah, it is something to consider, having a bunch of cards that shuffle your deck. All right, so next thing we got to do while we're finishing up the shuffle is we need to roll, see who goes first. So just like in Lorcana, whoever has the top point amount is going to go first. Whoever has a high roll, we can throw 2 dice, I guess. All right, I got a 3, so most people are going to beat that.
I'm sitting at 5.
I hit 5.
All right, y'all re-roll.
7 this time.
Wow. 6.
All right. Cool.
All right.
So another small change to the heroic format. When you go first, you do actually draw for turn.
Mm-hmm.
So I will go ahead and draw for turn.
Yeah, what ends up happening in multiplayer is if you don't get the draw, then there's actually a really huge downside of going first. So most multiplayer formats, the first player still gets the draw. I will also point out my storyboard is less than $3. So I'm just gonna throw it out there. All 3 cards, less than $3 total. Since some people wanted to say last week playing Mufasa plus Diablo plus whatever was really
too
expensive.
much.
Yeah.
All right, I will ink Thebes and go ahead and pass my turn.
All right. I will draw.
I will draw.
Wait, my turn.
Oh.
So we'll go clockwise.
Oh, it's clockwise. Okay.
Yeah. Clockwise as we go. So I will draw. I'm gonna ink Agrabah. I think that's a bad move, but I'm still gonna do it. Now I'm gonna play Cinderella. Cinderella has Sing 3.
What a first turn.
Yeah. I got a card. It's like Soul Ring. And I will pass the turn to you, Rod.
Now, Pirate's life is 3, right?
It's 6, but
Oh, it's 6.
we're getting close to it.
All right.
Plus, I mean,
Draw
it
for
only
turn.
works really when you'll have lore. So.
All right, so I am going to. This is actually quite interesting.
What is up, Tussin? Welcome in, welcome in. Once you finally decide to open your Lorcana cards, you can come play with us.
I don't want to do this, but I'm going to ink Pete, the referee.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with that. The song Doug says,
And-
ink your Pete. All you want.
And I'm going to play Robin Hood.
All right.
Pass turn.
Oh, all right. I see how it is. Everybody just wants to build a board early, I guess. I'll draw for turn. Obviously, we need to find something to ink, right? So,
All right. It looks like Prashaun is here. Do we want to just let him play?
I mean, I'm okay with that.
Okay. I'm gonna bring him in. Hang on. Bear with me. So we'll fix our turn. We'll let Prashaun go, and then GC will go, and then Prashaun will just go.
I'll put my top card back on, and then I'll pull it.
New challenger has entered.
And we're playing 2 of the same cards, too. That's crazy.
Yeah, this is his the deck from last time. Prashaun, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, good. All right, so it's gonna be
Guys, can you hear
your
me?
turn. So we've all
wow.
only
All
went
right.
on our
So-
turn 1.
So yeah, draw
Okay,
7,
so I guess I
alter if
came
you
just in
want.
time.
Yeah, just in time. Perfect timing. You got Tussin watching you, so make him proud, or he's not going to send you any more Chapter 1 boxes.
I don't think he's gonna send any more anyway, so we're good.
We're also going to need you to film about
All right.
20 minutes in that spot after the stream, just so that Dan can edit it in and make it look like you've been here the whole time.
I'll get it at the end, and then we'll.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I don't know. Instead of Be King, I have Treasures Untold
Fine.
because I can't find my Be King.
What is Treasures Untold?
It's a song. It's a 6 cost. Return up to 2 item cards from your discard until you end.
Color is it?
And it's Sapphire, I think, right? That's
Then-
blue, right?
Yeah. Where's your red card?
I have to have a red song.
You don't have to. I mean, if you have red cards in your deck, you have to have a red song. Here, just flip it over. We'll pretend it's Be King. How about that?
Okay, we'll pretend.
I'm
Because I
cool
couldn't
with
find.
it.
I told me to grab it. And I was like, oh crap, where is it? And then
Yeah.
like I'm looking for my cards. I can't find it anywhere. I should have like a few of them.
Yeah. It's a
They're probably
song,
in a
so
box
like
somewhere.
technically every time you cast it, it'll go back anyway. So you don't
Yeah.
have to worry about being on the board. All right. So if you draw your 7, then you can do your mulligan. And then we good.
So just so I'm clear again, Prashawn's cheating like he did when we were in Tampa.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
Wait, what did I do? What happened?
What?
All right, so it's my turn, right?
Yeah. So you're gonna go, and then so you're gonna go, and then Jesus is gonna go, and then you're gonna go again.
And I'm definitely not looking at your hand right now.
Oh, mother. I gotta get used to. I just changed my camera around.
I was gonna say he also just put a toddler to sleep, so you got to give him a little. Got to give him a little.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
kick me
fair.
in the butt. I guess I will ink this whatever Endua and then pass my turn.
All right, so on to you, GC.
Was I supposed to draw for turn 2?
Yes.
Yes.
I wasn't first, right?
Even
right,
if you're
so I
first,
drew
you
for
still
turn
draw
2.
in this format.
Oh yeah, okay, gotcha. Pass turn.
Yeah. All right, GC, back to you, and then we'll be on our normal rotation.
All right. I will draw for turn. And I will. Yeah, I will ink Phil.
That's the hero, Phil.
Storyborn ally. Phil, whoever his name is. I can't pronounce things, man.
Philatides.
Philatides.
Yeah, and then I will. Yeah, there you go. I'll use the 2 ink to play Montanui. Location, it's got 1 to move there, 5 health, and reincarnation. Whenever a character is banished while it is here, I put that card into my inkwell face down and exert. That'll be my turn. I'll pass.
Let's see.
All right, so it's on to you, Prashaun.
Oh, it's my turn again already?
Yeah, because the way we were going. GC went first, so that's why
All
you
right.
got to jump in the end, and then we're going back.
Cool. So we'll draw for turn.
Yeah, and while you're doing that, anybody in chat, if you guys need to see a card or don't know what a card does, feel free, ask in the chat. This is live, so ask in the chat. I can pull it up on screen. I finally got all that working and set up, so.
I'm going to ink a Maui's Fishhook, and I'm going to play a 7 Dwarves Mine.
All the locations.
And I will pass turn.
All right, I'm going to draw for turn.
And Tussin says if I give him a cause statue, he'll send a box over.
I don't know. There might be a Donald Duck somewhere in this deck, Lower Robotussin.
All right, so we are playing with the princesses. That is my underlying theme here. But unfortunately, I don't have anything I can play yet. So I am going to, which I really don't want to. That one. That's my next turn. All right, so this feels really bad, but I'm just gonna do it. We're gonna ink Aladdin. This is probably one of the better cards of the format, and it feels bad doing it. Rod, your Robin Hood is a 2/2, correct? So because of that, I don't want to lose my Cinderella yet, so
No.
I'm gonna pass.
Okay.
I had to scare you a little bit.
Thought
Just
you
scare
gonna
you a
hit me
little
with a. Yeah, I was gonna hit me with a.
It's not.
You know.
It's not standard. It's not competitive. So I don't have the 4 of removal spells like normal.
Draw for turn.
Gosh, I need to step up my mat game.
Yeah, I actually changed my mat out after seeing Rod's mat. I felt like the alt art Finn and Jake called out for getting an alt art Majora's Mask. Because I was thinking about using this one anyway, because I used the Kiki's delivery service last game.
Hey, I'm just using the Inkcast every week. This is.
I can't imagine why.
Oh, no,
All right. So,
Prashaun, you have some bad connection.
I do. I have a bad connection.
It's in the yellow, but I think that's internet based, not just like camera.
That's weird that it does that sometimes.
Yeah, he just dropped.
All right.
I'll be back in a second.
Oh, gotcha.
Gonna ink the Maleficent. And I will exert 2. Playing a Tipo. And you know what Tipo does. Let me ink a mystery card right there for you. And I am going to... I'm going to get on the board first. I'm going to quest for 1.
All right.
And I'll pass.
I have too many buttons. All right, I got you for 1 ink. Sean came in and left again.
It's all right. I'll take a long time on my turn. I'll draw for turn. Oh my goodness. I love this. I think I love that. I kind of forgot that, like, I have items in this deck that I like as well, you know?
It's true. You're going to let them out there and you're just going to blow them up. You're going to flatten them out.
I know. I forgot to reset my ink. I'll go ahead and ink The Boss is on a Roll.
That's
A song there. And then we will use that 3 ink to go ahead and play a Fishbone Quill.
Strong.
And then I will use that Fishbone Quill. It's exerted, right? Oh, no, it just says your ink will face down, unexerted. What?
Yeah, that's really good.
Crazy.
You know.
Oh, face down too. You didn't see that.
I like that ink right there. I like that card that you ink.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah.
Looks real good in the inkwell.
Yeah, and we'll leave it in the inkwell. I can't do anything with just 1 ink though, I don't think. So I will just go ahead and pass my turn.
All right. Well, Prashaun is not back. So we're just going to go. Draw for turn.
You should be at 1, right? Because of Motunui?
Should be.
Oh, good call. Thank you. I even have a coin here to place on my deck. It says good RNG to remind me that
right
something good is going to happen.
All right.
Thank you, Rod.
I drew for turn. Yep. Let's see what we're going to do here. Need to get some ink. Prashaun is back. All right, Prashaun, are you back? Right. Are you staying back?
I'm back. Right. I switched internet. Sorry.
I'm gonna put my card back on top of my library. I'm gonna let you go.
Okay. Am I good? Is the internet good?
It looks good now. It's all green.
Okay. I switched internet. Don't ask me why I have 2, but I do have 2. So untap. I gain 1 lore, right?
Yes.
From 7 dwarves mine. I'll draw for turn. I am going to play 1 jump ahead. So I'm going to put the top card into my inkwell face down. And I am going to pass turn.
All right. I'm going to draw that card I saw earlier. As much as I want to play this song, and I need this song in my graveyard, I need some ink. I like all my cards. So I'm going to ink Painting the Roses red. The tap 3. Play Gazelle. Gazelle is a Singer 5. Taps for 2 lore. And same thing here. I don't really want to give up my Cinderella just yet. So I'm going to pass the turn over to Rod.
All right. Ready. Set. Draw. Okay. All right. So a few things here.
Also, just to point out, these locations are just giving them lore every turn.
This
I mean,
is
you could
true.
you
If
could have
anybody
used
wants
your
to-
Cinderella.
I could have thrown one at it and then just lost my singer.
This is tough.
This is the
Actually-
other part about heroic. It's the politics, right? Like, you do this, and
Oh,
I
absolutely.
won't do that.
Wait, who won the last time? Was it GC that won the last time?
No,
Who
that
won the
was
last
me.
time?
That was me.
Oh, okay.
That
So
was
the
me
politicking
all.
starting already.
Here's the thing. I don't know if I would have won if you would have just be prepared the board, but for some reason you did not be prepared, and then GC didn't attack any of my guys. I was like, okay, well, I'll just win.
I was digging for the win. I was trying to close it out and did not draw the cards I needed.
Well, I didn't want to be a jerk and play be prepared again.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna ink it, Bruni.
Yeah, Rooney, pretty good one.
Yeah. We're gonna play exert 3 to play a library.
Oh,
Ooh.
Library's even better.
And
see, that's the location we aim at.
Yeah.
we'll exert 1 to we'll move the Tipo there. And we're gonna quest for 2.
Ooh.
Ping me at 3.
Got you at 3.
What's the stats on Tipo?
Yep.
Depo's
So
a
stats
1-2 or 2-1.
Tipo is a 1-2.
1-2. Okay.
Yep, 1-2. And I'll pass right there.
All right. Ready, set. Gain my lore for my location.
Okay.
And I will draw for turn.
Inking is a lot harder in this. I can already see it.
It is because, well, here's the thing. It's less hard for you and Prashaun because you have Mufasa. Doesn't mean you're guaranteed to get it back, but you do have a chance of getting it back. Whereas, like for us, once inked, never coming back.
Yeah.
All right.
It does
We
make
will fishbone quill this ink. We will. That puts me at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does that only put me at 5? Really? Did I miscount? Can I not count?
You haven't inked for the turn.
I know. I was trying to get to 7.
Oh,
Jeez.
All right, we'll ink a Amethyst Chromacon. I'm at 6. Oh man, oh man, oh man.
that 6 is right. 4 for turn, and then 2 extras.
Mm-hmm.
1 last turn, 1 this turn.
See, I'm thinking like I could play Isabel out. I've got enough to play her out, but then I incur the ink tax. So I'm really wondering, like, do I want to take on that ink tax? Because at a certain point, I can get Grammatala out, get some lore here. I'm gonna run out of cards to ink in my hand. All right, I will pass for turn.
All right. I will untap. I gain 1 lore from the Dwarves Mine. Draw for turn. I'm gonna ink Captain Hook, and I am going to play a Stitch. Now, when you play this character, you may deal 2 damage to chosen character, and I guess I'll deal 2 to the Tipo.
You want to
Alright,
do Tipo and let him draw a card?
I will draw
Yeah,
a
it's
card.
It's fine.
I like that draw.
And then I'll pass turn.
Untap. Draw. Okay. Let's have some fun. I'm gonna keep that one. All right, so I don't love this, but we're gonna do it. Nope. Oh. Man, the inkables is the problem here. How many cards are in each of y'all's hands?
I'm at 3.
3.
I'm at 4.
I'm at 5.
Hey.
Gosh, both of these inkables are so like my 3 inkable cards are too good. Throw in there. But I need to ink something. I think I'm going to ink this one. As bad as I don't want to. Because there's Tinkerbells. I'm going to ink this Bell. So, Bell's going to get inked. And I'm going to play... We're going to take a spin here. We're going to play... Mulan. So we're going to play Mulan Reflecting, and we will see what she gets next turn. And I will pass the turn.
All right, ready? I'll game 1. It'll be at 4. And oh, not bad, not bad. But
Trying to play free songs there.
Maybe.
Let's move on.
See if I can hit one. I really wanted to keep the bell around just because of y'all pull her up. Anybody who hasn't seen.
all right, so I'm gonna eat TikTok. And I will spend we'll spend 4. Play a Madam M Elephant. We'll pay 1 to move Robin Hood to the library. And I will quest, put me at 5. And pass turn.
All right. I'll collect 1 lure for my location. Draw for turn. Cards that are underneath shifted cards. Does their text still happen when they like? Nope. So like if it says when this card is discarded or whatever or banished, it doesn't make any difference.
Correct.
Because this
They-
shit. Okay. Cool.
Correct. It's just the only thing that stays when you shift a character is damage.
Okay. But if they still both go to the same place, so you can
Correct.
still bounce both of them back into your hand with one action.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, let's go for it. Fishbone Quill. That is a card face down. That gets me at 7. That is Grammatala out of the storyboard. And then I will ink Grammatala out of my hand. The 2-drop. Go up a lure from this Grammatala. That's how that works, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, over to Prashaun.
All right. So I gained 1 lore from the 7 Dwarves Mine. I will untap. I will draw for turn. Let's see here. And I guess I'll tap 3. I'm going to go ahead and play Benja to get rid of that fishbone quill.
Got him.
Oh, now I'm free to use. I find them. I flatten them when I want to.
And I'm gonna ink Anna, and then I'm gonna tap for 2 more to play Turbo. He has Rush, and he can challenge the turn he's played. What's the stats on that Mulan? No, never mind. Nothing's tapped. Nothing's tapped. My bad. What's the stats on that Robin Hood?
2-2.
2-2.
I guess I'll let him stay for now. I'm gonna
What?
quest for 1 with Stitch.
Your 2-3 is not going to go into him?
No, not yet.
We got you at 4.
All right, and then pass turn.
And
John
untap.
with the
I'm trying to
early
keep up with the cards
removal.
being played to show them on screen as well for anybody who doesn't know. All right.
Yeah, you don't have to call me out like that every Dan. For anyone
What?
who doesn't know,
No, I'm just saying in general. Like Turbo, I don't think I've ever seen Turbo played.
I'm
All right,
messing with
so let's start this off. We're gonna do Mulan here. We're gonna, whenever this character quests, you may reveal a top card of your deck. If it's a song card, you may play it for free. Otherwise, put it on top of your deck. Let me just make sure I don't have anything that can do anything with the top of my deck. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna quest for 2. I'm gonna finally get on the board. I'm going to reveal. Ooh, that was bad.
Be
Hang on.
prepared.
Do I have
That's
to do it?
it's a May, right? You may play it for free.
Yes, it is a May play as well. So I'm gonna just leave that on top of my deck.
All right, well, we know what's there.
Yeah, you know what's about to be in
Yep,
my
we
hand.
know it's there.
Oh man,
It'd be great if anybody, I don't know, had referee Pete or something.
That would be nice.
I think he's somewhere in here. He's somewhere in my deck.
There's
That only
one in
holds
the
it for
inkwell.
one turn.
All right, cards in hand, everybody.
It's definitely one in the
2.
inkwell.
3.
I have 3.
All right, so I'm going to ink.
Also, Mulan's exerted, right?
Yes, sorry. I'm going to ink this Moana.
Is that a foil too?
Yeah, it's from the starter deck.
Wow, what a crime! Putting a foil in the inkwell face down.
I gotta. The problem is, like, Mulan's about to eat it. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't worry about that. We're just all over here doing our own things.
All right, I think this is what I have to do. We're going to play Have You Forgotten Me? Each opponent chooses and discards 2 cards.
You are just joking, right?
Oh man.
I am not.
Like, are you? Come on, man!
I gotta get value here.
That's crazy.
Come
Get
on!
out of here, Mufasa.
Man.
Come on! And Ursula. I had 2 heroes that are
you can't-
out there.
you can't
I
have our
had y'all's
heroes.
heroes in my hand.
Can't have our heroes.
I'm not
All right.
bitter.
You hit a cannon.
We discard 2, right? 2.
Yeah, you're gonna
All right,
discard 2.
I'll discard my 2.
All right, let me go around the board. GC, you have Tala on the board.
Yep. And Montanui.
Rod's got a bad Robin Hood and an elephant. And Prashaun, you've got Turbo. What's your other cards? Benja.
I got Turbo, Benja, Stitch, and then 7 dwarves mine out.
All right, so I'm going to sing Be King Undisputed. Each player is going to
Jesus
sacrifice a character.
I
Sorry,
would
GC.
draw a card though.
I'll get rid of Stitch.
I will
Oh,
draw.
what am I doing? That goes into the storyboard. I do not want to
You sure you can
choose
discard
to
if you
put.
want?
Nope.
All right, and
My banishment pile is already sad.
I will pass the turn on that. I did my work. I cleared out the board a little bit, cleared up some hands. I'll pass it over to you, Rod.
And you got to be prep.
Yeah, coming up.
All right. Wait. I'll gain the Lord, putting me at 6. Oh, this is not bad at all. Okay, let me see. What's all on everybody's board? Okay.
Also, I thought Mulan was going to be better.
Okay.
I forgot she only digs 1. For some reason, I thought she was like a dig 3 or 4. Like an aerial. Constant.
What's Mulan's stats?
She is a 3/3. Redor, do you have
4? Actually, I gotta think about this. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna exert 4. We're gonna play Queen's Castle.
Sheesh.
Yeah, man, I don't want to do this, but we're gonna hit the Mulan.
All right. So she takes 3. What is the elephant? Sorry.
And
I'm
I'll
assuming it does 3.
Yeah, she's 3. 3/7 body on elephant, and I'll pay 1 to move her to library. Oh, I don't want to do this, man.
And just so you guys know, you want to take out the elephant now, because the elephant will allow him to move those counters around.
Maybe I can afford to skip an ink. Maybe. What's everybody's ink count right now?
I believe I'm at 8.
I'm at 5.
I'm at 5.
Yeah, I'm at 8.
So 2 people at 8 and 2 people at 5. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's because y'all got all the ramp cards. Not playing blue.
Yeah, I'm gonna ink a fox just because I kind of have to ink here, and I'll pass turn.
Alrighty. I'm all ready and set. I'll get my 1 lore from Montanui.
Got it.
For that place. I now have a hand of 1.
Yep, it happens. It happens.
All right. Well, that is 8 ink to pay my tax and bring out my hero, Gramatala. And I will ink Madden Mim, which, by the way, when you play this card, you have to bounce something back or she is banished. So I couldn't play her anyway.
Hey, Prashaun, I think you should be king undisputed on your turn. I will give up my Cinderella.
Did you clock me for the Tala gain on the lore?
I get you now.
For the ink? All right, sweet. And that will end my turn.
All right. So I gain 1 lore this turn from the 7 Dwarves Mine. I will untap. I will draw. What's the stats on Talia? Tala?
She is a 4/8.
Big. The elephant is the bigger problem.
And what's the stats on the elephant?
She's a
3/7 with 3 damage.
The problem is At the beginning of Rod's turn, he may move up to 2 damage from this character to chosen opposing character. So
All right.
he gets to just move it around.
I'm gonna tap to. I'm gonna play a Baboom onto the elephant,
That'll be 5.
and then I am gonna tap 3 and shift. I'm gonna change. Well, yeah, we'll take Turbo. He's now King Candy. When I play this character, I could draw 2 cards, put one on the top, one at the bottom, one in my hand, one at the bottom. Keep that one. And then, let's see. I'll swing King Candy into the elephant.
He's how much
He's a
strength?
3/3.
He's a 3/3.
3. Okay, so that's a trade,
Yeah,
and I'll draw a card off library.
that's fine. And then I'll quest for 2. And pass turn.
All right, I'm gonna untap. Draw the card that nobody knows what it is. And then we will decide what we're gonna do here. More. All right, we're gonna tap 5 and play another Cinderella. This is Cinderella Melody Weavers. She is a 1/5, pass for 2, and singer 9. Big songs, big songs.
Jeez.
Also, whenever she sings something, all my princesses get +1 lore this turn.
Ooh. Fancy.
And I am going to pass the turn.
All right, I'll gain 3 from my locations, putting me at 9. Draw for turn.
I'm gonna have to
We're
take
going
out.
to 30, right?
I probably should have ran into one of these locations. I wasn't thinking about that. We definitely need to start to take those down.
Yeah, that library has gotten a lot of value so far.
Welcome in, Galentine. Yes, this is Lorcana. We are playing a variation on this game. It's called Heroic. It's something that here at the Inkcast we've created, and we are playing with friends live on stream. So it is a little different than Lorcana, so just keep that in mind as far as what we're doing with our storyboard. But the rest of the game plays about the same way. Inking cards, playing cards, things like that.
What's that big Cinderella stats?
1/5.
I'm gonna use 2 for Visions of the Future.
Ooh.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is quite interesting.
I believe that's GC with the mat.
With the huh?
The mask mat.
Oh yeah, Majora's Mask.
Yeah. And I don't think I can let him get that value off of that. Be prepared. We're going to
The value off be prepared. What do you
we're
mean?
just gonna with your Cinderella.
There's no value.
She can
It just
sing it,
kills
right?
everything.
That's value though. You get to still play stuff. How many cards in everybody's hand?
I have 2.
1.
0.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna Zeus the big Cinderella.
All right. I don't see how that's value. Thinking be prepared just
And-
blows up my board.
I'm going to ink. I'm gonna ink this Yzma.
Mhm.
And pass turn.
How many cards are in
All
your
right.
hand, Rod?
Just one now.
All right.
Alrighty, I will take my 1 location war.
Gotcha.
I'll also reset my board. Draw my 1 card. And look at it intently while I think. Okay. I shall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ink. Tax out my Isabel.
Mhm.
Leaves me
Yeah,
with
you're
2
already
left
3 in it.
over. Yep, we will
Wait.
ink.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
we
good.
will ink Strength of a Raging Fire. Grab a lore off of Grammatala.
Mhm.
And we shall also quest with Grammatala for 2 lore. And pass my turn.
All right.
All right, again, 1 lore from the 7 Dwarves Mine. On tap. I draw for turn.
Hey, GC, I think we're gonna have to start swinging at these locations.
Yeah,
he's getting he's getting 3 a turn. You're getting some.
gonna-
Prashaun is too, but
I'm gonna play a Grandma Tala. Look at the top 2 cards of my deck. 1 goes in my hand, and then the rest go in the bottom. There's no. Okay. Sucks that I'll never see this card again since it's like buried.
I mean, you have a Mufasa.
True. And I will.
Oh, you mean at the bottom of your deck?
Yeah. I will quest for 2, and then pass turn.
All right. Untap. Draw.
I had extra ink. Man, okay. Should have moved stuff into my location.
See, here's the problem. I'm gonna play a location, and then everybody is gonna come after my location. But okay.
It's not like McDuck Manor or something, right?
No, it's RLS Legacy.
Oh.
Then you guys are like killing it on the ink here. Or not the ink, the lore. I guess I'm gonna have to pass the turn.
Not gonna swing into a location?
Yeah, you want to swing into one of his locations? He's got a 2 ink location too.
What is the castle? Is it a 9 or 8? What is that?
Castle is a 7 willpower.
Okay, it's 7. All right.
And Castle and all that's gonna start to draw him cards and things like that. Library's already drawn him 3 cards. It's your turn, Rod. I got nothing else to do.
Okay. Gotcha. Ready,
Set.
and draw.
I would swing into his location, but I just feel like you guys are just gonna attack my characters. I won last week, and so everybody, I feel like everybody's against me, even though I have 2 lore.
We're just scared of those songs.
I guess the songs I can't draw. I have one song. I only have one song in hand that you know.
Okay, we're gonna.
Yes, so Gallantine, the numbers on the screen are our lore. So the way you win in Lorcana is your characters, they have little pips on them, and that's how much lore they tap for. And whoever can get to, normally in Lorcana, 20 lore would win the game, whoever gets there first. In Heroic, it's the first one to 30 lore.
All right, I'm gonna play my song from my storyboard for 3, and so that puts my ink text at 1. I'll play Friends. I draw 2.
You can either put it in your discard or back into your storyboard.
Okay. Oh, so they can't go back in that storyboard?
Yeah, they go back in the storyboard. You can play it as many times as you want, but it's just going to cost 1 more each time you do it.
Yeah, the ink text.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. That's good to know. Good to know. Thank you. Okay. So now I'm going to ink.
And I think I've got your 3 lore. You didn't remind me.
Yeah, I am at. Yeah, I'll be at 12. I'm gonna ink. Gonna ink Beast, and then we will excerpt 5, and we'll play. We'll put Cogsworth. And I will pass there.
Alrighty, let us ready, set, and gain my lore for my location. Draw a brand new card to consider using this turn. Okay. We will tap 1, 2, 3, 4 ink to play Grandma Tala, the Keeper of Ancient Stories. When you play this character, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You may put 1 into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your deck.
Too many towels going around. While he's doing that, Gallantine, yes. Best way to kind of learn Lorcana definitely would be going into a shop in person. Next month, so October, starts the set championships. There'll be a lot of events happening at a lot of stores. But definitely, I would also recommend the Gateway, which is the new it's like $20. It has 2 decks inside of it, and it actually walks you through and teaches you how to play. Is a really good thing as well if you've got another person to play with that will also teach you how to play Lorcana. Again, it's not very difficult, but it does take a game or 2 just to kind of catch on. If you come from other TCGs, it's a little bit quicker, but if you're new, it's still very, very feasible to learn how to play.
All right, we'll use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ink to play Cogsworth.
Sheesh, another one.
Yep, the grandfather clock. We will use 1 ink to move this Grammatala into Montanui. All right. What's the willpower of your 2 lord location, Rod?
7 on the Queen's Castle and 8 on the library.
Yeah, Queen's Castle is the one for 2 lore.
All right, Dan, you've been asking for it, bud. You've been asking for it. So I will give it to you. I will run Grammatala and her 4 attack into the Queen's Castle. I will then quest with Isabel for 4. And I will pass my turn.
All right.
All right. I gain 1 from the 7 dwarves mine. I will untap. I will draw for a turn. I think I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play Hercules. And he has Rush. So how much damage did you do to the Queen's Castle?
I did 4.
Yeah, 4.
All right, so I'm gonna just use
This is
Hercules to just ram into it. And then I will. I'll quest for 3 and pass turn.
All right. I'm going to untap. Draw. Can I draw a song? What is stats on your big Grammatala and your Isabella?
4-8. 4-8 on Tala, 3-4 on Isabella. She also has evasive.
Ninja. So, I hate that I keep doing stuff. Oh, never mind. I can't even do that. Never mind. Never mind.
You weren't going to attack some of my characters after I specifically
I don't even have
stood up for your call of action and
I don't even have
attacked the
enough ink.
location just for you.
ink to do anything. So we're just gonna play another princess. We're gonna play. Am I gonna play a princess? I'm not gonna play a princess. I want to play a princess. We're gonna move my gazelle over to RLS. And I'm gonna quest for 2. And I also gained 2 at the start. So I'm still well under half of anybody else's. Cogsworth is gonna be a problem for me. All right, I will pass the turn. Cinderella can't.
All right.
Really do it.
I'll gain 1.
Oh.
Thought this deck was going to work so much different. It is definitely not working the way I wanted it to.
I mean, you've definitely gotten some princesses on the board, but it feels like either you haven't had the right songs in hand to couple with them, or just
Got-
like the right
one
board
song
states
in
to
hand.
use a song.
I've got 1 song in hand.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I can't find any inkables, which is also a problem. Maybe instead, like, Be King Undisputed needs to be my song instead of A Pirate's Life.
I will. I'm gonna pay 4 to use my friends. I'll draw 2.
also think Friends is an underrated song for your storyboard. Like
I
it's
was
really
just actually
good.
thinking that.
Pretty good.
Just at any point, being able to maybe have cards in hand.
Welcome to Ink. Finders Keepers.
He doesn't want cards.
1, 2, 3, 4. And we are going to pay. We'll pay 5. Play Elsa, the Fifth Spirit, and I will choose to exert. Let's exert the Cinderella. And I will swing. That's just 2 damage on the Isabella, but let's see. Hey,
She does have evasive.
Yeah. So
yeah, Elsa has
does
evasive.
Oh, well, darn.
Yeah, she's got rush and evasive. I can do 2 damage, but it's not gonna really do anything. I'm gonna go ahead and just hit. We're gonna hit the. I'll hit the Isabella for 2.
All right.
And-
I'll take 1 because Cogsworth's grants resist, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I would also just take 2.
Yep.
And then I am going to quest for 2 if Cogsworth goes to 14.
You go up to 15.
Well, I
think
was
you missed-
at
I think you
13.
missed your.
Oh, okay,
location.
yeah. Yeah, 15. Yeah. Okay. Then I'll pass.
Alrighty. We will ready our board up. Gain a lure for our location.
16.
Draw a card. What are we doing today? How interesting. And how much total willpower does that Elsa have? The one with evasive?
2-5.
Total was 5.
Okay.
Yes. What? 2 honor. So,
Right.
then remember the Cogsworth.
Yeah, 2 damage off it right now. Yeah.
You know something? Why don't you guys just figure out what you want to do? I'm kind of sprinting ahead here. 1 lore, 2, 3 lore, 4 lore, 5, 6 lore total. And
Wait, for Isabella, your other characters can't quest.
that's if she takes the extra lore. So she'll only count as 1 lore. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of a cool bit with her. Yeah, if she's the only, if you choose to take it, what is it? If no other character has quested, so by questing first with someone else, she's not able to use the bonus 3.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But you're actually right. Whenever this character quests, your other characters can't quest for the rest of his turn. So by the way no, you're absolutely right.
Okay. I thought I remember something.
Quester is the last quester.
Right. So I needed to quest her as the last quester. Which technically I didn't do.
Does
I quested her
Does
before
it say the
Cogsworth.
rest? Does it say the rest of this turn or this turn period?
The rest of this turn. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'll drop back 1. I did that in the wrong order. I should learn that. And also it keeps Cogs protected. But then yeah, I will keep a card in my hand instead of doing anything with it. And just to make sure, because I don't have a local tracker, Dan. Cogsworth is worth 2 lore. You went down by 2, or
no, you're good.
Yeah,
you go down by 2.
Cool. All right, thank you.
All right, you're at 20.
All right, I'll pass. I'm
All
gonna
right.
hop into chat and BRB.
All right. So I gained 1 from 7 Dwarves Mine. I will draw for turn.
Only I could get some ink over here.
I'm gonna play Winnie the Pooh. Whenever this character quests, you may put a card from your hand into your inkwell face down. Let's see here. I will move, I guess, Hercules into 7 Dwarves Mine. During your turn, the first time you move a character here, you may deal 1 damage to chosen character. If the moved character is a knight, deal 2 damage. Hercules isn't a knight. What is Elsa at?
No, you don't want it. So you don't want to do it to theirs.
Elsa is that?
Yeah, she's got 2 damage on her, but they got Cogsworth. So resist 1, it'll just.
Oh,
Not
it'll
do
just
anything.
disappear. I guess I would have to hit Cogs, right?
Yeah,
He has ward.
It's got to be one of my guys.
Ah, crud. All right.
Unless you want to hit your own guys.
Nope. I guess I'll hit Cinderella.
All right.
And then I guess it's any time I move one of my characters there, right? For the first time?
I don't know. Has it
Or
read?
does this...
Does it read?
Well, it says during your turn, the first time you move a character here.
There's just one.
The
Just one
first time
on
you
your
move a
turn.
character there. So just once. Yeah.
Okay. So I can't do it once every time I move a character there. It's just one time for this location.
Yeah, one time per turn.
Just once per turn, period.
Okay. All right. And let's see here. I will. Why not? I'll quest for 4 and pass turn.
All right. 4. All right, my turn. Untap. I'll gain 2. I'm not even in double digits yet. Draw for turn. Another uninkable.
Wow.
I probably did my ratios a little off then. I only got 1 song. Cards in hand. He's just got
I
one.
have 2.
Rod, how many you got?
How many what?
Cards in hand.
3.
Oh, that is pretty interesting.
All right, we're gonna play another princess, Ursula, and I think because you guys are running away, I didn't want to do this yet, but I think I have to because I'm just too far away from anything else. We're gonna sing Pirate's Life.
Ooh.
So my ink tax is going to go up 1.
What does that do again?
Pirate's Life. It is each opponent loses 2 lore and I gain 2 lore.
So you're in double digits.
I'm up to 10. The Rod's going to go to 13. This is going to go to 8. Prashaun is at 17. All right. And that's all I can do. Pass the turn.
I think that was a good play, though. Honestly,
Yeah. I mean, I have
think
at this
that was
point,
good.
you are getting close to 30. I got to do something.
All right, draw for turn. Kind of late there, if you ask me. All right. Dan, how much ink do you have?
5.
Okay.
You're still safe. Don't worry.
Oh, man. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're gonna ink Multinui. And I'm going to pay. We're gonna pay 10 for Blue Fossil.
Ooh.
And let's play the game. So my ink text goes up again, right?
Yeah. So it goes
To
up.
3. Okay, so I'm at 3 for ink text. Now we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna roll 2 dice. One starts here, going down.
Well, shuffle
1, 2,
them
3,
up.
4, 5. Well, okay.
Since it's random, we just want to shuffle the ink one time at least.
Cool with me. Cool.
I know technically the dice would somewhat make it random, but
Yeah. All good. All right. All right, so 1 here, 10 here.
Mhm.
If we roll 11 or 12, we'll re-roll. All right, so that is 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And all right, 1 through 9. And 2. So number 2.
What you get?
I got actually not terrible. Not terrible. It's not terrible. But I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna quest for 3 here.
all right, up to 16.
Well, actually, I got him one from the library, so 17.
Oh, 17. Gotcha. Yeah, you still got a library.
And we'll pass.
All right, we will set our board up here. Gain 1 for Montanui. Draw a card. Interesting. All right, we will use 1, 2, 3 ink to move 1, 2, 3 characters into Montanui, so that all my characters are in Montanui. There we go. And this time, with appropriate ordering, 2 for Cogsworth, 2 for Tala, 1 for Tala, 1 for Isabel, for a total
6.
of 6.
Got you at 25. The potential game win next turn.
There are no items on the field, right? Anywhere.
Not on my
Nope.
board.
Yeah. I fix them, I flatten them. Where I find my flatten coming in real handy.
No, you might as well ink it. At this point.
Can you ink your storyboard?
Technically, if you had something that put it back in your hand, a spell you couldn't because there's
Right,
nothing
you'd
to
have
put in your
to-
hand.
Okay.
Like a
Oh,
character
no, you
can
have
get
it-
bounced, and then you can ink it.
Oh yeah, true.
Okay. So you
I guess-
can't ink from the storyboard, but you can ink from your hand.
Correct.
So if you get a storyboard character in your hand, we could ink it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess technically you could play your spell, let it go to discard, and play like one of the green cards that can put a action back in your hand and then ink it.
Right.
That's
Right.
a lot of steps.
It's a lot of steps, but the point is
True.
you have to ink out of your true hand.
Correct.
True.
All right. Anything else, or is it on to Prashaun?
I'm still kind of thinking here.
No, you're good.
I will ink a Tinkle Bear. You can cut that out in post.
Tinkleberry.
I'm leaving it in.
I will ink a Tinker Bell. Boop, to go up one with my Hero Talent, which puts me at 4.
26 total.
Yeah, 4-way. 4 for lethal. Now I will pass my turn.
All right. So I will get 1 ink from the 7 dwarves mine.
Well,
And
one,
I will-
one lore, but yeah. get
Or, I
what
mean,
you're saying.
1 lore. Sorry.
I get
lore.
what you're saying.
And I'll draw for turn. Let's see here.
If y'all can get rid of the other cards, I'll handle the Isabella.
I will not have enough ink to be able to get rid of all of the cards, but let's see what I can do.
What's the stats on Isabella?
She's 3/3.
3,
4.
yeah. She's a 3/4 with 1 damage.
All right.
But she is evasive, so
And with this board state, I do have a question after things resolve. Because I don't want to ask the question and put ideas in people's heads.
So Dan, are you gonna sing the song?
I don't have enough. I need 2
I don't
more.
think he
ink.
has the ink.
Oh, you need 2 more ink. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I keep drawing on inkables. I have 3 uninkables in hand.
You got any cards that send his board into his ink?
So I am going to
Gonna let
tap
it go.
3. I'm gonna play Fishbone Quill.
Hey!
There's your I
And-
find on my platinum.
And
There you
then I am going to quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then with Winnie the Pooh, I could take any card from my hand. Oh, is it exerted?
Yeah, most likely. Fishbone's the only one that doesn't exert that I know of.
No, it's not. It's not exerted. So I put it in my inkwell face down. I'm gonna play launch. I'm gonna tap 3 for launch. I'm gonna deal 5 banish chosen item of yours and deal 5 damage to chosen character. So I'm gonna get rid of that Isabel.
I think that's the only one Rod could take care of.
Okay. So
Oh really?
Isabel gets
Or
dealt
should I have
5
gotten rid of
damage.
that Cogsworth?
You
No,
can't-
no.
he's
That's
bored.
the right one.
Okay.
It's
That's
4.
fine. That's fine.
So Isabel's banished. She goes back to the storyboard. I choose not to put her in the banished pile.
All right.
And
And then I'll
that's
pass her.
Why? I'm not done. Can I choose to not do that? Can I choose
what?
to not put her? I would, instead of putting
You
Isabel,
want
in
to
the
put her in your ink?
I want to put her in my ink. Yeah.
How is
Facebook
Tala
image.
worded? Is it your turn? or any-
Whenever a card is put into your inkwell, gain 1 lore.
Yeah. I see what you're doing.
So up to 27.
Yep. So you guys have to be prepared. They're goats. They're goats.
Yeah.
All right.
So that is it, right? Be
Yeah.
prepared puts everything in the bag, so it doesn't. It's not like it resolves in order because she dies at the same time. It wouldn't go up.
Correct.
Yeah. She wouldn't see them going into there because they're all going at the same time.
Okay, that was the question.
Yeah.
But I also didn't want to ask the question because if anybody wanted to KO any of my characters while Tala was on the board and they were at Montanuni, I was okay with that.
I only have a couple plays here. We just got Allendale. Again, a song or a character I would have loved to have some songs with, but we're gonna ink it. We need some inkables.
Because it's inkable.
What is your smaller Grandma Tala's stats?
3/3.
She's a 3/3.
Yeah, I'm thinking through this. I'm really scared of your Mufasa, but can't do anything about your Mufasa. So we are going to tap 6. Play. She's not quite a princess. Madame Medusa. To take out that Tala.
Your
Your smaller
4-cost
one.
3/3 Tala.
Yeah, because your other
so
one's too big.
As banished, I'll put that in my inkwell.
Yeah.
Was there a way? Okay.
Go up a lore.
The problem is, like, if I don't kill the card, it quest anyway.
That's true.
I can't target cogs. So literally all I could do is like target your Elsa or something on Prashaun's. But I'm not done yet.
What's Motonui's willpower?
5.
I've only got
'Cause I
3
would have
attack.
took out the Motonui and then did.
Oh wait, how
Oh.
much damage does Madame Medusa do?
I see what you're saying. It's okay though. I'm still gonna take him down a turn.
first.
Okay, so what is Madame Medusa's text read?
I can banish any card that's 3 or
just
less
straight up
power.
banished. Okay, cool.
All right, cards in hand, everybody.
Uno.
0.
5.
All right, I'm gonna quest, right? Yeah, I'm gonna quest with my Ursula. Whenever this character quests, chosen opponent reveals their hand and discards a non-character card of your choice. The question is it GC? I think it's gonna be you, Rod, because you have the most amount of cards. I'm gonna take the lore down in a second, so GC can't win next turn. Do you have any non-character
So
cards?
this will be my only one.
Okay. We'll take that one
Just
if that's
this
the
one.
only one. All right, and we're going to sing Pirate's Life again. So, I'm going to sing Pirate's Life. I will gain 2. Also forgot I gained 2 on RLS. And then we will remove 2. Remove 2. I think that puts GC out of range from winning this turn. Right?
No. Tala quest for 2, Cogsworth quest for 2, Montanuni gains 1. I'm still at 5 right now.
Okay, so my play was incorrect then. I apologize, and that's all I got. So I'll pass turn. Sorry, Rod. I thought it was gonna be enough.
It's all good.
You were correct. I should have
see what
taken
I
out the
can do.
location and then Medusa.
All right, draw for turn.
I mean, you do
Alright,
have a
so-
Mufasa that can swing for 4.
I know for sure. I know for sure I'm doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go 6 for Yzma. Shuffle back Grandma Tala.
Shuffle it.
All right,
Yeah.
so
And you'll
Alright,
draw
so-
2 cards.
the way it works is, and I need to pull up Yzma's writing, but because it's changing zones, it's changing areas, you can choose to shuffle it into your deck, or you can put it back into your storyboard. But let me check one thing about the draw card. I don't think you'll draw cards.
No, I think he still will. When you play this character, shuffle another chosen character into that player's deck. Period. That player draws 2 cards.
Okay, you're
It
right.
doesn't say if it goes into the deck. It just yep.
You're right.
So he will draw 2, unfortunately.
All right. You still want to do that because I will be putting it in my storyboard.
Yeah. No, you.
Um,
No, you're good.
Just want to make sure Rod, knowing that being a possibility, he still wants to go through with it.
I mean, yeah, I kind of have to, regardless.
All right. She'll hit the storyboard, and then I'll draw 2 cards. 1, 2.
And how much ink are you at?
Oh, lots. $13.
Okay.
All right, so
Cogsworth. 5 willpower. Dang.
all right, so we're going to
Definitely don't want to leave Cogsworth out there, but we're gonna probably have to do it. We're gonna swing Mufasa and we'll swing Elsa into Cogs.
Oh, into Cogs. Okay. Yeah. I'll take him out.
Yeah. And then I'm going to quest for 2 with Cogs. I will ink. I'm going to ink Aurora. And I'll exert 3 for Pascal. So when you play this character, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, then put them back in your order.
And then your Mufasa and your Elsa will both take 1 damage.
yeah.
Oh, because of the Cogs
of
attack?
Cogs.
Yeah, the
Cogs.
Cogs.
But he has resist, right?
Yeah, he has a Cog.
Okay, perfect. I completely forgot about that. Even dealing damage back. I am too focused on next turn.
Cogs goes into the
Inkwell, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he was on Montanui.
Well, it is a you may, but I
Okay.
will. Thank you for that reminder. I will choose to put it in the equal.
All right, I am going to. Yeah, we'll do this.
Come in that order. And that's all I got past turn. So I should have just gained 1 lore, so that puts me at 16. That's well 16, 17, 18. So I'm at 18. Yep.
You
Past turn.
How about
Alright.
the library?
I will ready up. I will take 1 lore from Montanui.
27.
Draw a card.
Prashaun does have like a sneaky 8 lore sitting on board, right?
Just quietly.
Yeah. I mean, that's what happened to me last game. Like, everybody was focused on everybody. I was like, okay, I'm going to untap and just win.
Yep.
I don't think he does, but I'm just making sure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 exerted for the 7 Tala and the tax. One to move her into Montanui. What's your location, Prashaun?
It is 7 Dwarves Mine.
What's the stats?
It is a 2/6. Or, well, that's just a 6.
Does it do anything fun and special with its text, or is it just a location?
During your turn, the first time you move a character here, you may deal 1 damage to chosen character.
That's kind of boring.
Just 1 damage.
Yeah, just 1 damage.
Yeah, and if it's like a knight, it does 2.
You have any characters that have 2 health, 2 willpower?
Benja is a 2/3. Grandma Talia is a 3/3. Winnie the Pooh is a 2/3, and then Hercules is a 3/3.
Wow.
Like you have a song or something over there.
Yeah, I do. I'm thinking. Okay, I will. I'll spend my last 3 ink to let the storm rage on. I will deal 2 damage to Winnie the Pooh and draw a card. Interesting. All right, and I'll ink Jafar. Gain a lore with Pala.
Yep. 8.
End my turn.
All right, and I gain 1 lore from 7 Dwarves Mine.
3.
I will draw for turn. I was so close. I'll tap 3. I'll play Hans. When you play this character, if a princess or queen character is in play, you gain 1 lore. Unfortunately, I don't have a queen or princess on the board.
How's it worded?
When you play this character, if a princess or when you play this character, if a princess or queen character is in play, gain 1 lore. So technically, don't you have?
I have plenty of princesses on the board.
So I gain 1 lore.
Yep.
I have a queen.
All right, and then I quest for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's game.
Always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
That's crazy.
Oh wow,
That's crazy.
And
He
let me
stole
see.
that.
Would I have gotten it? No. Chernobog. I like literally be prepared in Sisu is what I had in hand the whole time.
oh wow,
Couldn't find my ink. Couldn't find my ink.
good old Hans.
Coming in clutch.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think that's the
One
big
thing
thing.
I
Like
will say, I really like it
the format.
as a storyboard
Oh.
song.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a good song to have.
Yeah. I think that's really good as a
Alright.
song. Again, I think like one of the cards on the watch list is Mufasa that you were playing. And again, I don't think he's like super
Yeah.
overpowered, but we haven't really been able to see a Mufasa do much. Kind of weird. Like I played him once last game.
I feel like I should have played him sooner.
Yeah, maybe.
It's hard because he becomes a target, right? Like
Very quickly, yeah.
if you play him on curve, you take away 2 of your lore, and then like when you tap him the next turn, you have to get some really good value because most likely everybody should attack into him, but he is a 4 power, so he should be able to take down most of what's attacking him too. So he's really good.
Yeah. I think he's really good, but like you said, every time we've seen him in a storyboard, like he seems threatening and he seems like he could be a problem. But I think a lot of it comes down to the ink tax.
Yeah.
Right. Because like if you're gonna curve him out, you're not using any of your other storyboard items. And by the time that like you get him out, sure, he becomes a big target. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry, you confused me, Dan, because I was ready to do this, but if I do, then you get a really good mushroom.
The problem is I did not give Prashaun the screen, the single person screen. So
I didn't get that.
Yeah, because it was kind of like last minute with Breezy not being able to make it, so I only gave him the other layout screen.
Gotcha.
So I had this as my backup just in case anyway. So it's not as nice as the other one. I feel like the other one's a little cleaner. But anyway, this was essentially game 2, episode 2 of our heroic matches. So I want to go around the room, get everybody's thoughts. How you feeling? I'll start with you, Rod, because this is, like you said, your first time playing heroic. What did you think about it? Was there anything you think needed to be looked at rules wise or cards or anything like that? Like, you tell us.
No, I actually like it, and now that I've actually played the game, I can kind of see like, you know, how you should play, how you should go about it. But like, I don't have any complaints about it. I really like the format. It was actually a very pleasant surprise when I realized that I didn't have to send my friends to the other side to the discard. I can just go right back to the storyboard. So that makes me think of, wow, if I just do that, then maybe I don't have to play as many other, you know, draw cards in the deck, like the bad draw cards, you know. Like maybe I don't have to do that. Maybe I can replace those with other things that are better. So I like it. I'm looking forward to the next time for sure.
Yeah. I think Breezy used Friends on the Other Side last week, and he was casting like Friends on the Other Side for 10. He was still like, "Hey, I'm getting cards. It feels okay." So, again, I think it makes you have to rethink. We've had suggestions, right? Like, again, this is a new format. We are listening to the community of different suggestions and stuff. I've had people say like, hey, you know, really the song should only get to be played like 3 or 4 times and then you can't play it. Like, it does go to your discard. But as of right now, I mean, outside of maybe Be Prepared, which, I mean, I'll go to Prashaun in a second, but like, I don't feel like anybody is going to be that jerk that just plays Be Prepared every turn. Like, I guess theoretically, like, I saw the post today where like, I'm just going to play full locations in my deck and then just Be Prepared every turn. And I get that. And maybe that's the person that like...
Are there 97 locations though? But I get
there's
the
not,
point, yeah, right?
Yeah, there's not 97, but I guess there's like, I think there's 5 or 6 per color at this point. So you would be playing like, you know, 12 to 15
and there's
in your deck.
There's not a lot of targeted like spells and things that impact locations, right? I saw one song that I came through my deck today that was like deal 1 damage to an enemy, banish a location, right? And then you've got Zeus.
But that's not a song.
Oh, it's okay. Well,
Avalanche is an action.
Okay.
Zeus is a song that can do 5 to it, but you'd probably, I think the only answer, because I was looking it up as response to the tweet that was out there, would be You're Welcome. You're Welcome can remove a location, but then you have to give them 2 cards each time, which, I mean, if you put that as your signature song, you can counteract as Be Prepared. Anyway, I mean, that's just like one thing that was thrown out, which again is one of the reasons Be Prepared is on the watch list for now. But I'll throw it over to you, Prashaun. Like, again, this is your second time playing. Actually, it's more than, because you also played in person and everything. But like, I mean, like, what are you thinking so far? What felt different this time than last time? Because last time you had Be Prepared, this time you didn't.
Well, I think last time I was leaning on that card too much, because I think I was like last place, because I was like, oh, I need to play this card. But instead, like, I don't know, you just have to play like fast and furious. Especially at locations. Locations help out a lot. And then I tried to like sneak in cards that like gain you like sneaky lore, like So like that's what I've learned this time. You just have to like play fast and then have plenty of counters in there too, mixed in, like the Benja or like Smash, Zeus. Like you just need some of those counters.
Yeah. No, I feel you. And then GC on your side, like again, so close yet again to winning, 1 or 2 lore away, but couldn't pull it out.
Yeah, and I think this is exactly what happened last time. Was like I started racing, was right there at 30, and then the person who goes after me grabs it with a sneaky lure, come out of 8 out of nowhere. No, still an absolute blast. I don't know. I really do like Friends on the Other Side there as a signature song, but then I'd lose my Isabella. But I might think on that a little bit. Having I find on my Platinum, it felt about like what I expected, which was I don't think items are that prevalent unless there is an item deck. Yep. There were a couple of items in my deck somewhere that were like, when you banish these, you can have fun with it. Popsicle's in there somewhere, and I've got the guy who pulls Popsicle out of your
Nick Wild.
I got Nick Wild in there too. So like I find in my Platinum I think could do well. I kind of like having just that threat. You know, it is kind of nice to have that threat. I feel like I got more value out of Tala, and I think a lot of that had to do with Montanui. And yeah, at a certain point, like I think a big thing for me this time was I kind of recognized, all right, well, I'm the target. At this point, I'm the target. So I just need to race for it. If I'm the target, make him be the target. Yeah. And just go ahead and quest all the way out, and don't worry about y'all's boards. You guys worry about my board. And yeah, I was hoping for it. That was part of the reason why, like, I even did the draw there at the end. Just go fishing for one more thing. Maybe it's an extra ink. Maybe it's some kind of weird, like, because again, I threw cards in this deck. I don't know all the Lorcana cards. So I have no clue if I had an out, but I was looking for it because I was like, get Tala on the board. Yeah. And then if I can get ink in my inkwell, I can close the gap.
Between that, and I'm pretty sure you have like Goat in there as well, like for just a one more coming down and a few things.
Yep, exactly. So there's those bits where I was kind of hoping at the bare minimum off that last one I could get to 29, you know, and then you literally have to take care of the entire board, and then I'm basically, if you guys leave me at 29, I had enough ink I could Tala and just ink a card. Yeah. So
yeah, I think this time around, like, locations made a huge difference. Like last week we had a couple locations here and there, but we didn't see a bunch on the board. This week, I mean, Rod, you had like library and castle coming down super early, gaining 3 a turn. Nobody really had big characters to take them down for a while, which was huge. I'm still a little sad, man. Like, I feel like I made my deck to do certain things, and then I just couldn't do them. I couldn't draw the ink, but the idea was to get a bunch of songs, get a free Kristoff going, and every turn just having a free Kristoff because I'm just, playing spells or playing songs. I thought I'd get like 1 Ursula off, draw 3 cards, everybody loses 1 lore. And that was the whole plan, just to play her once. But Pirate's Life worked. I mean, I sung it 3 times. So that's 6 lore on the swing there. So and again, with all the singers, I was hoping like I'd have a turn which Rod didn't let my big Cindy stay around, but I was hoping like, she'd sing it, and then I'd have like 2 other singers sing it, so like singing it 2 or 3 times in a turn, even with the ink tax with all the big singers. But didn't happen. Maybe I'll replay the deck in a week or 2, and it'll actually function. But yeah, it's still a lot of fun, even though I'm in last place.
Yeah, I think with yours specifically, Dan, in that iconic song you had, yours was the deck I was most worried about, like being able to swing back and come full circle, specifically because like you had a way to globally bring everyone down a little bit and keep us back off that front line.
Yeah. So it worked for a little bit. It slowed you down enough to let Prashaun win, and we just got to keep doing that a little bit. But anyway,
I kind of regret taking out.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I kind of regret taking out the big Cinderella, because maybe I should have let you sing that Be Prepared.
Just blew up the whole board.
And yeah, maybe I should have. That would have made things a lot easier, probably.
Yeah. Well, again, like I was top decking in every turn towards the end. I kept drawing on inkables. And like, if I would have just drawn an inkable a turn or two early, I could have, wiped out the board. But yeah, all the locations on the board were the problem, and I didn't think about the one turn where you're like, yeah, you should just swung everything into Montanui. It's probably what I should have done. And then, started taking away at the characters, but I kind of forgot about that. But again, appreciate all you guys for joining us again. And we're gonna be doing this weekly. We'll have Rod back on on the occasion and things like that. And I think Breezy said he wants to play it on Lorcana After Dark at some point, so we can definitely make that happen.
Yeah.
Or if you guys are playing, that's totally cool too. But we'll go around the room and let you guys kind of let the people know where they can find you, what you got going on, all that good stuff. I'll start with you, Rod, since you are the guest today. What you got going on? Where can they find you? Socials, all the good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry about the camera quality right here today, guys. But at the same time, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me on here on the Inkcast. So much fun. Love it. Hope to be back. But you guys can find me on Twitter at ImpactTCG and at ImpactTCG on YouTube as well. And I am the co-host of Lorcana After Dark. So tune in. If you know why Breezy, he streams it and I co-host. We bring the energy and we talk about dumb stuff.
Awesome. So GC, we'll let you go next so you're not in last again. What
no, just to keep me in second always?
Yeah,
Is that the idea?
Exactly.
Guys, I'm JeeseJames, Jesse. Oh, JeeseJames. However you want to pronounce it out there in TV land is correct. I'm going to shout out YouTube Shorts and TikTok Shorts. I have put together pack openings. And will I find that enchanted? I don't know. Check me out at the YouTubes, JeeseJames. Or if you prefer the TikTok, which apparently the algorithm prefers my TikTok, just add gaming onto the end of that. Don't follow that other guy. I don't know. I have such a unique in-game name. TikTok is literally the first place I didn't have access to it.
Yeah, same.
Yep. All right. And so over to you, Prashaun. Where can they find you? What you got going on? All that Snap content you got.
Oh, yeah, man. Recently made partner on Twitch, so I could finally quit playing Snap. I could play whatever I want. So you can find me Prashaun at Twitch. You can find me Prashaun on YouTube. Prashaun_Snap on Twitter. The tweets have been going. They've been flying recently. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then 1/3 of the Inkcast. You'll see me soon. I am done streaming at 3 o'clock in the morning for a check. So I have a life again. So you'll see me more on there as well.
Yeah, we're going to be bringing back the podcast with Brad finally getting everything settled on that side too. We'll be bringing the podcast back pretty soon, and we're going to get a more regular schedule because I know right now we've been kind of all over the place with videos, live content, things like that. So we'll get a better schedule going. You guys can know. We'll let that out there, as well as if you want to watch these replays. So we've got the main channel, The Inkcast, so at The Inkcast. Make sure if you haven't done that, hit the sub. We're less than 30 people away from 1,000 subs, so we're getting super close, finally hitting that monetization. We've also got the other podcast channel, so you can find all this on the main channel. They're all linked there. We got the podcast channel, so those will start back most likely next week. And then we'll also have the heroic channel, which I will be posting last week's video and this week's video on. If you guys want to watch it, you can watch it there. We have the VOD on the main channel, but I'm going to try to have a little bit of an edited version over on the Heroic channel. And again, we'll see. That'll get better over time as we get used to doing this live and also pulling it into those videos. But fun. The videos are there if you want to check them out. Appreciate all you guys. Again, want to thank all you guys for joining me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah, so we're gonna look over on Twitch to see if there's anyone we can raid to. But while I do that,
While you're looking that up, just one last shout out, guys. If you want to play Heroic out there, if you're looking for a reference point where all the rules are written down, if you want to talk with Prashaun, Dan, Rod, you're in the Discord as well. Come join the Discord. We got custom card sections. We've got all the Lorcana sections you want to talk about. But of course, excellent place to come find all the resources, all the reference material for Heroic. And if we add new cards to the watch list or the banned list, that's going to be the first place to find it. So feel free, hit up the new Discord. I think we opened it up today, and it's already started to pop. So we'd love to have more folks in there looking for game voice chatters as well, because maybe you want to play a couple games with people over the internet.
yeah.
all right. So there is. Let me check Pixelboard. I was gonna say there's nobody streaming besides us. Lorcana. But let me just check. I forget category. We do have a Pixelboard streamer. So J Infinite seems to be the only one streamer.
All right.
So I will put that over, unless Prashaun, you're going live in a second, or
Oh,
GC,
no.
if you're staying live.
No.
I
Look at the
assume.
clock.
All right.
I got the
You got the name?
I got the early. No, I just got the early morning Thursdays.
All right. So I put it over in chat if you want to raid over there as well. But we'll raid over there again. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We will be live again. Let's see. Today is Wednesday, so we'll probably be live Monday. But who knows? We may go live during the weekend if we get bored or something like that. So just keep your eyes open when it comes to YouTube stuff. But we will be back Monday night doing something, because I know Brad wants to play some Heroic as well. We'll make it happen. So appreciate all you guys. We're gonna hit up that raid, so make sure when the raid gets over there, you hit the emojis, show them some love, and let's have some fun. So again, appreciate all you guys, and